And now the Southern news. Dock workers at Southampton have returned to work after hearing details of a peace formula agreed at talks yesterday. The men took the decision this morning at a mass meeting in Southampton Guildhall, and they're claiming it as a victory for the Transport Workers Union. The port authorities have agreed to pay them for the 3 weeks they've been off work, and there are to be more talks about their pay grievances. A spokesman for the Docks Board said the men had given an assurance that there would be no more lightning strikes. Hundreds of staff walked out of income tax offices in Southampton today when 3 inspectors were suspended. It was the second stoppage in 2 days. Yesterday, a chief tax inspector was suspended for refusing to hand over cheques and the keys to his safe. Today, 3 of his deputies were suspended for taking the same action. The Navy base at Portland may be forced out of action because of a strike by 2 engineers responsible for supervising fuel supplies. They've been called out indefinitely by the civil service unions. Talks aimed at keeping the base open are taking place today. A sex attacker who exercised what a judge described as a reign of terror in Dorset, Wiltshire and Hampshire was jailed for 3 years today. Christopher Lord, who is 28 and lives in Wimborne Road at Bournemouth, admitted 6 charges of indecent assault and asked for 24 other offences to be considered. The Crown Court at Dorchester heard that his victims were aged between 10 and 21. Fire has caused extensive damage to a clothes shop in Bournemouth. Most of the stock at the Alamode Boutique in Old Christchurch Road was destroyed. The cause is not known, but it's thought to have started in the basement. Some councillors at Christchurch are getting worried about the new amusement centre which has just opened in the council's old health department building in Barrack Road. The centre only opened on Saturday, but already the Space Invaders and other amusements are acting like a magnet to local schoolchildren. And at least one councillor reckons the children might decide to go hungry and spend their dinner money on the machines. According to Councillor Caroline Sharp, this is already happening at another amusement centre at nearby Tuckton. So now the council will be asked to consider putting the amusements out of bounds to children during the school lunch period. 100 complaints alleging maladministration by the Kent County Council have been referred to the Ombudsman since local government reorganisation in 1974. But only 14 complaints were investigated, and just 6 of these upheld. The MP for Basingstoke has attacked the campaign against planned council rent increases in the town of 66%. Mr. David Mitchell said the likely effects of the increases had been exaggerated, and he said some tenants had supplied him with false information to support their case. And now football. And tomorrow's big match, in Southampton, where the Saints play Nottingham Forest, both teams seeking a place in European football next year, so the match will be decisive. Laurie McMenemy is giving nothing away to his old rival, Brian Clough, saying only that he'll choose from 15 players. Brighton are at home to Arsenal and will be unchanged. That's the latest Southern news, and in just a moment, Trevor will be here with the weather.
Good afternoon. Well, the weather is dry generally, and it's going to stay dry for the next few days, so we can look forward to a dry weekend. It's been rather miserable in eastern parts of our area today, in Kent and Essex in particular, where there's been very low cloud and some poor visibility and also some drizzle. But elsewhere, the cloud is beginning to break now. We have a high-pressure area centred over Scotland, and that's going to be around the British Isles for the next few days, and that's why almost the whole of the country will be dry for the weekend. But at the moment, northeasterly winds from the North Sea here, rather stronger than they were yesterday, have brought a lot of cloud into southeastern and southern parts of the country, and they are producing the drizzle in the east. So the forecast for this afternoon is that most places will be dry, and the cloud will break up to give at least some sunshine. But in Essex and Kent in particular, there'll be rather a lot of cloud which won't break up, and there may be a little drizzle at times there. Best temperature will be 13 degrees centigrade where the sun comes out. In the east, temperatures much lower than that, at best only about 7 or 8 degrees centigrade. Winds are going to be northeasterly, light or moderate over land, and force 3 to 5 over the sea. Tonight will be dry, apart from a little drizzle here and there, and minimum temperatures will be 5 degrees centigrade, so there won't be any frost. That's all for now.
Today's young liberated woman has to learn many things. The art of looking beautiful. Selection of the best foods. The Cadbury Smash rattles because it contains the real potato pieces which ensure a mash that tastes absolutely perfect. And of course, no education would be complete without a study of primitive crafts.
For mash, get smash.